He was 22 years old, but the streets of Chicago knew him as a killer. A rising figure in the Bloodhound gang, Lil Jeff wasn't just rapping about bodies, he was allegedly catching them. By the time he died, some claimed he had 11. This is the story of Bloodhound Lil Jeff, a young drill rapper who blurred the line between music and murder and paid the ultimate price. Lil Jeff was part of a small but feared crew on the south side of Chicago known as Bloodhound, or BH for short. Closely affiliated with 079 and Drill City, Lil Jeff quickly gained a name through social media, diss tracks, and rumors in the streets. He wasn't famous like King Von or Lil Durk, but in the trenches, Jeff's name carried real fear. Young, reckless, and bold. That was his image. That was his reality. In drill culture, clout isn't always about music streams. It's about who you've touched. Lil Jeff didn't just diss the dead. People said he created the list. By the time he turned 17, street rumors claimed he was responsible for up to 11 bodies. Some say he self-snitched in lives and lyrics. Others say it was all talk. But then the killings started getting confirmed. On January 26, 2024, 2 teens were gunned down in Chicago's Loop. Monty, real name Monterrio Williams, and Lil Rob, real name Robert Boston. Both were students. Both were shot in broad daylight. And shortly after, Lil Jeff posted on Instagram, almost taunting the situation. Then came Lil Squirrel, another teen who was killed just 5 days later. Retaliation? Nobody knows for sure, but the pattern was forming. One of the most high-profile deaths linked to Lil Jeff's orbit was Z-Money, a 22-year-old Bloodhound member. Z-Money was gunned down in March 2023, reportedly shot over 29 times while sitting in a car. Rumors say he was backdoored. Others say it was Trap City, a rival group. Some allege Z-Money's death fueled Jeff's rise and his own revenge streak. The streets never really confirmed the truth. They just kept bleeding. Besides the confirmed victims, the name Lil Jeff started popping up in more and more bodies. Reddit threads, YouTube exposés, and street pages started claiming he had ties to other murders, like a victim named Trey. Some say Jeff was obsessed with drilling. Others say he was just young, reckless, and too deep in. Whether he had 3 bodies or 11, the streets believed it. On June 8, 2024, Lil Jeff was shot and killed on the 6600 block of South Rhodes Avenue in Chicago. It was just after 5 p.m. when the shots rang out. No suspects, no arrests, just shell casings and a blood-soaked street. His name trended on Chicago drill pages instantly. His ops celebrated, his people mourned, and for the first time, Lil Jeff's voice went silent. The boy who lived like a shooter died just like the ones he dissed. Drill music was never supposed to be this real, but Lil Jeff's life and death showed how blurred the line has become. A 22-year-old with potential, pain, and a body count behind him. Was he a victim of his environment or the one creating it? One thing's for sure. In the city of Chicago, the streets never forget. Outside of the names confirmed by the police and media, Lil Jeff's body count was a mystery, but a scary one. Street blogs, Reddit threads, and YouTube exposés kept repeating the number.
Police
11
investigating
bodies.
A fatal shooting
Some names came up more than once, like Trey, rumored to have been killed in 2023.
But police and
another was an unnamed Milwaukee victim, tied to a backdoor play gone wrong. But none of these were ever confirmed publicly, and that's what made it worse. Nobody knew how far Jeff's reach really went.
Shit will start happening.
Some called him a demon. Others called him a lost kid. But what's clear is that Lil Jeff's story is one that could only happen in a place like Chicago, where music, trauma, and murder all bleed into one. In the drill scene, clout is currency, but it comes at a price. And for Bloodhound Lil Jeff, that price was paid in blood. If you want more real stories from Chicago's underground, subscribe, like, and drop a comment. Rest in peace to the victims, and to the streets that keep making names, just to bury them.
And Lil Jeff wasn't alone.
Meet his brother, Bloodhound J Boogie. A drill rapper and frontman of the 079 Alliance, J Boogie shared the spotlight and the street code. In early 2025, he dropped a track called Letter to Jeff, dedicated to his late brother. Fans labeled it deeply personal, a raw tribute and street confession rolled into one. After Z-Money's death, J Boogie stepped up, even more in the streets and online. He's featured on Lil Jeff's posthumous album, Bloody Brutas, and released tracks like Poof and 2 for 1, with Drill City vibes. Tributes flood in, and J Boogie positions himself as both brother and the next face of Bloodhound. Today, J Boogie is the primary voice of the Bloodhound 079 collective. With hits like Take a Life, Killing School, and Letter to Jeff, he continues to push the narrative his brother started, raw, untamed, and rooted in pain. As he reps his fallen brother and the streets they came from, the story of Bloodhound is far from over. To understand Lil Jeff, you had to understand the Bloodhound bond, and that meant J Boogie. The two weren't just brothers, they were brothers in blood, in street ties, in war. From the start, J Boogie was the quieter voice. But when Jeff turned up, Boogie was never far behind. Z-Money's killing shook the set. But behind the scenes, J Boogie started plotting, not just revenge, but music. He began writing pain into bars, turning heartbreak into lyrics. He wasn't just rapping, he was grieving. J Boogie didn't just keep the Bloodhound name alive, he refined it. His tracks got cleaner, colder, more direct. In Take a Life, he
still selling them crackers, bitch. Still my pimp still hurt me, but I feel like I ain't finished school, but I still ain't got some money. Hey, what I do, I did one for me. I'm trying to say who got $100 million for me. All that shit that I just hit, I got all that in 1 year. I decided I wanted to start robbing niggas, and then I didn't even decide that. That shit happened on accident. My homie took me downtown to go do some other shit. We just ended up seeing a nigga out there. You know, that happened. Boom.